Much love and respect. Peace and blessings. Let me see. I just need you guys to let me know if you can hear us. Speak up, Miss D. Speak up, Mr. Tone.
What up? What up? What up?
All right.
Hello, everyone.
Go back to the page, please. All right. Thanks. 1, 2, check. Just give us a minute real quick. A few difficulties. Same thing? That's the live, you sure? That's the recent one right now? 1, 2, check, check. Testing. Make sure you refresh it.
Can y'all hear us good?
Can you hear me? Please let me know. Put a 1 in the chat.
Please, please. Thank you.
Let's see. All right, there we go. All right, we got it. All right, got it. All right, okay. Much love and respect. Thank you guys for waiting and being patient with us. Appreciate it. Yeah, we back. We back. I don't know what happened. It just sounded like somebody possessed the whole system. You know what I mean?
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
We was about to start praying in here.
Yeah, man, it got kind of spooky. Slide over a little bit. Get tight a little bit, Tone. Can't see you.
Totally scared of Miss D.
Far from it, baby.
I ain't no ghost. I ain't no ghost, son.
Tone said far from
Don't worry
it,
about
baby.
it.
This Steve won't be close to it. It's okay.
Hey, I'm gonna warm you up.
Hey,
All right,
it is the
now.
winter time, baby.
Hey, it is what it is.
No doubt, no doubt.
You better stop.
Well, what's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? I hope y'all good. Much love and respect. Do me the favor, if you could, please share the page real quick. If you can, please share and like the page. We have a very interesting topic. Very interesting topic. And I would like for y'all to bring someone else in so that they can hear what's going on too with this topic. I don't like these captions on here. But again, like the page, share the page. If you guys can do the same thing, Tone and Miss D, share the page. I appreciate it. Just so we can get the algorithm going. Thank you so much. If you can hear me while the first one is watching, if you can go ahead and press a 1 into the chat to make sure that we are being heard. We had a little difficulty a little earlier. Put a 1 in the chat so I can know. 1 in the chat. All right,
We're happy to know that, yes.
Much love, respect, peace, and blessings. YouTube, if you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat.
Then bless.
Peace and blessings. You know, I always say that, right?
Yes, yes.
Peace and blessings. Much love. You see the topic? You see the topic? It's a touchy topic.
Yes, it is. And we want everybody's opinion.
Touchy
Yes.
topic, and we want everybody's opinion, definitely.
Yes, we want to
and
hear
just
from
so you
everyone.
know, this is not something that we're just doing to just to be doing. We really want to hear everybody's perspective on it. What's your analogy on this particular topic? Because it is a touchy situation, especially dealing with women who may have gone through this and men who may have gone through it with them. So we don't want to offend anyone. This is not to offend you. This is not to get you upset, angry, and frustrated about any situation or decision you made in your life, in your past life, or if you're about to go through something like this. This is not that type of show. We really just want to hear everyone's perspective and their take on this. So your opinion matters to us. Is that right?
Definitely.
Yes, sir.
So that's what we're looking for.
No judging.
No judging. We just want
we learn from each other.
That's all it's about. That's all it's about. And if we can help somebody else who may be on their way into this particular situation and need some type of advice, we wish that any one of you can actually help with this situation, okay?
Yep.
So that's what it's all about. It's about the good energy people coming on here, bringing their point of view and helping somebody else with hard decisions as such. All right, that's what that's all about. So once again, we're going to start off with Mr. Tone and let us know, how was your day, my brother?
My day I was laid back today. I was laid back. It was relaxing so far. So far.
Okay. Laid back. Why? Why you laid back today?
Why?
Snow over, bro.
Yes, snow is over today, but I got to get used to this new weather. You know, with my spinal cord surgery.
Oh yeah.
I got to get used to this new weather. You know what I'm saying? So this is the first actual year that I've actually gone through this weather. So when it snows, like the left side of my body just basically gets heavy.
Right.
Like it just stops.
Wow.
So you know what I'm saying? And I just got to get used to it. You know, getting up, I'm just like, normally I drag my leg.
Right.
And now this time I'm really, really dragging it. I can't pick it up, can't bend it.
So does it?
I got to roll out
Is
the
it
bed.
in pain?
Nah, no pain. No pain.
Really?
Nah,
That's interesting.
no pain.
Wow. Okay. So the cold, it does that when it's
Like
cold.
when it snows. When it snows.
Mainly when it snows. Now,
Right.
what about rain?
Rain, I just shut down.
feeling.
I just relax.
Right. Okay.
I don't want to go nowhere. I don't want to do nothing. I just
No doubt.
sit.
That's what's
The
up.
muscle.
Yeah.
Muscle aches.
Okay. So what about you, Miss D? How was your day? And what's going on with you? Let's give it up for Miss D and Tony.
Well, my day, since I wake up in the morning, it's a blessing to me just to see my face in the mirror and say, thank you, Lord, for another wonderful day. So to me, it is a wonderful day. I'm alive. I'm here with you. I'm glad to be here with you again and have this conversation. One-on-one, like we said, it's all family.
That's
Love and respect.
Exactly. That's what's up. Much love. Facts. Well, my day is going really good. I'm on this. I'm definitely on this health kick. Since I got back from the vacation. Well, actually, it started when I was on vacation, and I've been on this holistic thing, man. You know what I mean? I've been into my meditation and prayer and things like that. So just basically trying to be disciplined and at least doing a little meditation every day and
Blessing.
eating right. You know what I mean?
That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel good too. I feel
Yes.
good. Yeah, I
Body
feel
needs
good.
that sometimes.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
think
we
the body
need
do
it.
need that. Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Facts.
That break. It's like a vacation to the body.
Facts. I definitely agree.
Yes.
Well, once again, you guys see the topic. Once again, if you can just go ahead and share and like the page, we really appreciate it. The topic is about abortion. It's a touchy topic, and once again, we don't want no one to feel some kind of way about it because it is a touchy situation. I think that many women in the world who may have had abortions, and I think it affects them to this day. Some, many women who may have what's they call miscarriages, also that may affect them to this day.
Yeah.
So I want to start out with the question, and I want you guys to answer the question as well. And for you out there, you can answer it as well. And if you don't want to do any typing, you can go ahead and call in. The phone number will be on the screen, and you can take that number down and call in and give your opinion on the topic. The question is abortion, because some people look at abortion as it's the right thing to do when they don't want to or choose not to have a child because of whatever reason. And there's another situation where some people look at having an abortion as actually murdering or killing a life. So I'll start off with that. So in the political world, there's a big argument about that. I think you guys would agree. There's a big argument about that. Do you think, Ms. D, that having an abortion is considered killing a life or not?
In my opinion, I think that having an abortion, it depends the stage that you are in. Now, if a child is developing inside you, or your sperm is already developed into an egg or something, then I believe it is like, murdering to me. Because it does take time for that to process. Like if it's more than whatever month or what, and then you decide you want to go ahead and clear it up yourself and have an abortion, to me that's already a child. So, and I guess it depends how each person look at it.
Okay.
Because they may be different situation. Maybe after you found out you're pregnant, maybe you didn't know you were pregnant, and you found out you were pregnant and you got some health problem, and you know that you cannot carry that child through 9 months, and you know that you got some health problem. I think that if you decide to go ahead, and there's still time for you to go ahead and clear your system, so either that child won't suffer or you won't go through the processing, in a different, or maybe help make your health more worse. I don't think it's a killing.
Okay. All right. Let's give it up for Ms. D. I appreciate your perspective, your opinion. Okay, I can see that. So you're basically saying if it's not developed that much, it's really not seen as killing a life. Tone, what's your take on that?
Depends on how far along are you.
Yes, there you go.
Simple answer.
Yes.
That's my first time ever giving a simple answer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's strange.
time.
I'm surprised.
And I have to explain it in a different way, because we could say it depends if it's developed, but it could be a different situation, like you
It all
said,
depends on how far along are you.
health-wise and
That's
everything.
it. Because sperm is sperm. If that's the case, then excuse my language, soon as a guy ejaculates, that means that you're killing the child if it drops on the floor, if it drops in the toilet, if it drops in the mouth, or it drops in the vagina.
Thank you. That was clear.
That was good. That was good. I like that. I like that. So if it drops on the floor, you're killing the baby.
Yeah,
Because
pick it
it's
up,
drying
put it
out.
inside.
It's drying out. As soon as it drops, as soon as it come out, it
I like
drops.
that.
Wherever
Right.
it drops,
Yeah, I like
depends
that.
on how far along are you.
Yes, there you go. I
Okay,
like
that was a good analogy.
one.
I
Yes,
appreciate
like
that outlook, Tone.
Yes.
So I heard you say stages. It depends on the stage. I'm going to be the devil's advocate.
All the time.
Just because. So if it has something to do with the stages, stages of a human being is once it hit that life, because Tony mentioned sperm. Once it's ejaculated, the sperm is ejaculated inside the woman, the sperm is moving. That little things, or those little things that we see moving, is actually life. Right?
Yes.
I would say that's life. What would you say? You can always call in 973-433-5666. So if that is life and it hit the egg, and that egg is the area where that somewhat of life is going to sit and then nurture and grow inside, it's an embryo, a fetus, or whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
That is a stage of life.
But it takes about 6 days for it to develop.
You got to speak up a little louder.
It takes about 6 days for it to develop. So,
So-
meaning that if it goes inside you, you still got about 6 days. It doesn't immediately develop.
Got you. All right.
Okay, it's just a sperm, like we just said right now.
No,
Just-
it's not just
just
sperm.
the
a sperm?
Yes,
Your
it falls on the floor.
Hold on.
Okay.
Your embryo,
You're not a killer.
your embryo, your egg is just an embryo or an egg. That's a house for my sperm, for my life.
Right.
The guys give the life. The women house the life.
Come on.
Yes,
So
but
you feed, you protect, and you nourish and everything. My life. So I put life in you. I put life in you. So it doesn't. When you say stages, it starts once you ejaculate inside the person. That's when it starts.
it swims.
That's-
but
it
it
swim-
takes 6 days for it to develop,
So
to become a real egg and form and becomes a child. So meaning that
no, the
just
egg is already there.
The egg is
just
there.
Yes, but it does not develop into a child or a baby until you still got about 6 days to decide. Okay. Do you want to keep that and you want to develop it in your body? So that means you still got choice as a woman, okay? So now, if you want to, then you could go ahead and let it develop. That's what I'm saying. Now, if it's not developed yet, you're still in between that time, I believe that you still got the choice to decide what you want to do with it.
So why do they have the plan B? You have to get the plan B the day after? Because of what? Because
it's alive.
It's alive.
No, they got.
It doesn't take that long for the sperm to get to the egg.
Well, we just said that you have 6 days for it to develop.
For it to get inside.
And yeah, it swims.
And for it to house.
Yes,
okay,
it swims. Yeah, it takes about 6 days for it to go ahead and connect with the woman. You got it, right? Exactly. So once it house in there, then it start developing to become. Okay, so meaning that it's still like we said right now. God works in a mysterious way. Let me just say it one more time.
Okay.
In everything that He does, like He said, He does it with a purpose and with a reason. And I know that the topic is very sensitive, very. So that's another thing that I'm saying that is telling us. It's like another opportunity for us to decide and sit down and think about our action. Right. That's how I look at it.
Right.
Is it okay? Because remember, once you bring a child to this world, I always said it is something serious. It's a big responsibility. And we're not only thinking about ourselves, we're also thinking about another person in this world. I just feel that it's another blessing for us to say, wow, you got 6 days. Are you ready for this or you're not? So then after that, that's what I said. It's another opportunities for us. Now, don't come and tell me when that egg or sperm is developed, don't come and tell me now I'm going to decide to go ahead and take it once it's developed. You have 6 days. Why you want to do it now? That's my point. When I see them now taking a child out and it's developed.
Right.
But if between those 6 days, I always say, God saying, are you ready? Or go ahead and clear that out. Because you are not ready. You're not responsible for it. That person is not ready and he's not responsible for it. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's another life opportunity to decide.
Okay.
So Miss D's stand is it's not killing, it's not murder.
It's not murder. Within those 6 days.
Within those 6 days. So
those 6 days.
After 6 days,
yes.
Is it murder now? Is it killing?
Once it's starting to develop, I believe that it is a murder. To me, I think that you're killing a human being. Because we even have, first of all, like I always say from the beginning, before you get involved with someone sexually, we already said it. It brings consequence. It's a big life change. I think that's one thing that we always speak about here to our brothers and to our sisters.
Facts.
It's a big responsibility. It's something that we need to talk about, something that you need to plan.
Way ahead of time.
Because we already know something's going to come out of it.
Right.
Either going to be love, struggle, shout, fun, I don't know. Something going to come out of it. So therefore, we got to plan that. So I'm saying right now, and God is so good. He said, you got 6 days.
Right. She opened the door for the Bible.
You got 6 days.
Opened the door for God now.
Yeah.
You just went and did something you ain't supposed to do.
Right.
Who said they wasn't supposed to do it?
Well, if you got pregnant.
That means that they were supposed to.
You got
talking about the Bible now.
Well, you got pregnant, it happened. You ain't supposed to do it if you ain't responsible.
Well, who said they're not responsible? How do you know a person is or isn't responsible until that child gets here?
Well, that's what we're talking about, abortion.
We're talking about
you ain't ready for it when you go and take it out.
We're talking about life. We're talking about
we're talking about a life.
Like a life.
Is it right? Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it killing? Is it murder?
Is it murder? That's what we're asking.
That's the question.
That was the question.
You know what I mean? So we want to try to stick to the subject. You know what I mean? So Tony, go ahead. You speak on it, man. Speak on it.
My thing is, like I said, it depends on how far along are we. Now, when we talk about if we bring the Bible into it, it's planned already. If it happens, it's planned. God, like you said, God knows everything before it happens.
Definitely.
So therefore, if you get pregnant, guess what? He knew. He planned for it. Now, who's to say that the person is going to be responsible or not responsible? We can't judge. We can't foresee what that person is going to be until that child gets here, until this thing happens. We never know. So, because this person can be out there, giving, the female can be out there giving everything, giving her whole body to everybody. But once she has this baby or once she's pregnant, she may not give it to everybody. She may not give it to anyone. She might stop after this child is born. She might just go celibate for the rest of her life. We don't know.
Right.
You never know how responsible a person is going to be until that responsibility has to happen. So that's just my opinion on that. My opinion. So beginning of my opinion is it all depends on how far along the person is before it becomes whatever it is.
Yeah.
And as far as responsibility and everything else, you never know. I'm not gonna judge anybody until it happens, until I see it myself. So I can't say, oh, that person is irresponsible until, guess what? That baby is here. Because he or she could be irresponsible with a car, irresponsible with their bills. They could be irresponsible with a lot of things, but they're responsible when it comes to getting up and going to work on time and making the money, or keeping their hygiene into play.
Right.
Getting up and going to work. Other than that, a lot of things they may not be responsible enough for. So we never know until that responsibility hits us. So we have to be responsible for something.
Great point.
So the question
point,
is it a killing?
Yeah. Well, I think Tony agreed. We basically agreed that it is.
It's only a killing depending on how far along.
Okay, we all agree.
I'm not gonna say 6 days. I'm not 100% sure, or I didn't do my research. So,
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna say if you have an abortion within 6 days, I'm not gonna say yes. That's killing. I'm not gonna say that because again, it all depends on how far along this person is. Because we give the life, that means as soon as we ejaculate, that's life. Now, if it drops on the floor, that's killing. So now it's like, all right, but 6 days after 6 days, yeah, maybe. And her opinion is killing, and some other people it's not killing. So it all depends.
To me,
I want to hear from people that's
not-
on the outside. If those who are on the outside, give me 1 minute, Ms. D. If you listening and you're hearing what we're talking about, far as is abortion killing between the days of 1 and 6 days, whether it's a week or two. Is it killing? Is it murder? Or is it not? Call in 973-433-5666. And I want like to hear your opinion. Go ahead, Ms. D.
Yes, I want to make it clear because he just said that. I said it's a killing. I said if it's developed as a child, then you go commit an abortion, then it could be a killing. That's what I'm saying. But to me, if you just have sexual relations with somebody and you want to go ahead and clear your system, they got after 1 a day pill. They got the pill that you could go ahead and take it 24 minutes or whatever after.
And what does that pill do?
It's supposed to just clear your system, take that sperm out. That's what it is.
Oh, before it
so
even
you're
hit
not.
your egg.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. They're not gonna go to no doctor and get cut or whatever they do. I don't know what it is about, but they do have a pill that you could take right after you have a relationship with someone, and oh my condom broke down. Oh, I ain't ready for that. I think he came inside me. Okay. Just go grab that pill. It's like $50 or whatever it is. You take it, and it cleared that sperm out of your system.
Okay, what is that
That's
pill?
What
is
I'm
that
saying.
pill called for the young men that don't know nothing about that?
They say Plan B. The day after.
There you go. Oh, he good at that.
Plan A is pull out. If you can't pull out, that's Plan A.
All right, hold on
Have
for a
$50
minute.
in your pocket.
Yeah, hold on for a minute. Who's calling? Who's calling?
Hey, Supreme, can you hear me?
What's good with you?
I can't call it.
Are you calling? Do me a favor. Call me back about 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm doing something right now, and I'll talk to you in a minute, right? If you can.
Okay, I'll call you back then.
Thank you, bro. Yeah. So yeah, for the young brothers who may not know what that is something called Plan B.
Plan B is a pill.
Okay, it's a pill. Is there anything else on the market that does that before the egg? Is what Ms. D said. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm a C student in this right now.
$50 in your pocket.
All right, I'm a C student.
I don't
in
know
this.
how much it costs.
All right.
About
What is it?
$50.
Is a Plan B,
Yes,
right?
it's a pill. Yes, you could
Is
go
there
to the
other pills that's similar to this?
pharmacy. You could go to pharmacy and get that done. And
Is there
I don't
any
know,
other
talk to
pill?
your
I don't
doctor.
know.
I don't know. Talk to your doctor.
Like I said-
So you guys are having a conversation on how to destroy life.
No, we not.
It's
So you
not
can-
about destroying
Oh, okay.
lives.
No,
It's
no.
not-
It's a sperm cleaning your system.
So sperm is not a life?
No,
Ooh.
not until it develops.
Tone.
Like
Sperm not a life?
sperm is a life.
You
If-
drop it on the floor.
Listen, sperm.
You a killer.
Listen. You have an egg. If you have an egg, right? If you have an egg, that egg is just sitting there. That's it. It's just sitting there, waiting for something to enter.
Someone.
So now, the only thing that can enter it is that little thing that's swimming. When the toads
You
are
have
being
to
born,
connect. Yes.
when the frogs are being born,
Yes.
it looks just like that. It's
Yes.
just swimming.
Yes.
And then it hits that egg, and then it gets inside.
You
That's
have to hit the egg to be able to develop.
It has to enter.
It has to
That-
enter the
well, we
egg.
just said that right now.
Right.
And if it doesn't,
But in that sperm is life.
And
we
that
just
sperm
we
is like-
just
that's-
said already. It's
Yeah.
nothing without the other connection.
No,
It's
I
nothing.
didn't say that. I said
Come
sperm
on,
is
you
a life.
spraying it all over the bed, the floor,
The sperm
the
is the life.
chair. It's not ready yet.
But still, even no matter how he expressed that it can be spread on the floor, the bed, the sheet, the stomach.
I said if that's
No
the
matter
case,
what
then
it is,
anytime
it's
it
still a
inject-
life.
Okay,
It's a
okay,
life,
okay.
right?
Now, so all men are killers then.
Hey, well, a lot of women are too. A lot of
Hey,
women
it's your
are
egg.
too.
It's your sperm. You're spreading it all over.
A lot of women are
Shame
too.
on y'all.
They swallow, they spit. You know what I'm saying? They just.
They man eaters, they baby
See, we're
eaters.
trying to save it. They
Eat the
swallow
baby.
it and everything. Come on, man.
Wow, that's a good
Yes,
one.
Hey,
you're
we both
throwing it
kill-
everywhere.
We both killers. If
Anyway.
that's the case. That's why I said it depends on how far along.
Well, I guess after 6 days, don't swallow it. Keep it in the mouth.
All right. Don't swallow. Yo,
It's in your tube somewhere. Don't worry about it.
that's a good one.
Let me think about it. I'm gonna keep it under my tongue.
All right, so we got Shirley. Shirley said that yes, abortion is killing, but it also depends on the circumstances of the pregnancy. I don't think it depends on the circumstances. I think it's still killing because you shortening or cutting off life. 6 weeks, 8 weeks. I don't know. What is it? What's the day they said you can't go over?
Well,
that they feel bad about. If
I
you go
think
over,
they say
what's
it
the
depends
week?
on what state you in.
think they
Some
say 2
states
weeks,
say
right?
9
2 or 3
months.
weeks?
I think they
I mean,
say
some states
I
say,
think they say 2 to 3 weeks, something
Right.
like that. Yeah,
Right.
before the
They
month,
say-
before they hit a month.
That's when they feel
Yeah, I think
bad
so.
about it. But way before those 2 weeks, you can see the baby as a bean or a seed,
Like a little, yeah.
and they
something.
can actually, from what I understand, can see the heart or see
No, it's not
something
developed yet.
developing.
Like I said, I'm not.
They can see the veins and all that stuff. You can see the
It's not
things
developed
going-
yet. It's just the egg forming.
It's the egg
Yes,
forming.
it's just the sperm forming in the body.
So there, I mean, what time you think they can see the actual body just hemmed up?
I think they say
Little
like after
nubs.
3 months or 4 months, something like that. Because some people they go far, they go far away. Yes, for the baby to develop, takes about 3 months or something like about 3 to 4.
So
right?
if that's the case, then after 3 months,
Yeah.
then it's murder.
Yeah, of course,
If
definitely.
we're
And the
saying,
doctor doesn't
if
take
we're
it out.
saying sperm is not a life, that means that after 3 months, it's murder, not 6 days,
Yeah, no, those 6 days are for you to go ahead and
and determine whether you want to have it or not.
yes,
Oh,
definitely.
oh, okay. All
6
right.
days, yeah, because it's just still swimming around that time. Trying to find your egg and hit the egg.
973-433-5666. Go ahead and call in and give your opinion on this particular
I
topic.
think they say that after 6 days it's fertilized. I
After
mean,
6
it joins the woman egg and it start fertilizing.
Let's start, okay, developing
Yes,
into whatever it is.
yes, definitely.
So what do you say? What do you say about someone getting raped and they have the baby because they got raped? Somebody brutally raped them and they got pregnant.
And-
What do you say to that person who said, I don't want to take this baby. I want to get rid of it.
You
I
said
want
they
to.
had
I
the
want to
baby
abort
already?
it. No, I'm saying they
got
pregnant.
raped
They pregnant. They got raped. They got. I should grape. Say graped. Let's say graped.
Great.
All right. They got graped, and they don't want to have
The baby.
that
They found
murder
out
that guy's baby. Okay. And they, what do you say to that person who actually want to have it deleted?
So now we jumping into the new topic, which would be pro-choice, pro-not.
Okay.
So me personally, I'm not for or against. I'm pro-choice. I'm pro-choice. If
Okay.
the lady got raped and she chooses, because it's her body, and she chooses to do so, then that's her choice.
Right.
That's her choice.
Okay.
I like that
What do you
answer.
say about that,
I
my
like
sister?
that answer.
Mhm.
And I go back to what we just spoke in the beginning, where how life is it is built in a way where we always get the time to be able to decide. And that's what I said, those 6 days, that works in a mysterious way. Praise the Lord.
So now let's change the scenario.
You get to decide what you want to do during that, whatever that went down with you. So I think that immediately, if it's a rape grape, whatever you want to call
Right,
it,
grape.
I believe that that's the time that immediately, that's what they take that person immediately to check a doctor. They take that person immediately. That's the reason that if you find yourself in that situation, help should be sick. That's what I said, because there is the time for you to make the choice, like what you want to do. Don't sit on it. Look for the help. We got the doctors, we got the counselors, and therefore you get that time to be able to discuss and talk about the problem, find a solution. It is about choice.
So let's change the scenario. The person was raped,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to forget about it. They didn't think about it, or they just became paralyzed for a day or two. So now those 2 days, for 6 days, now you only have 4, but now mentally they thinking 6 days because they was paralyzed for those 2 days. Now after the 6th day, is it considered killing? That's the question. Is it considered killing after the 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th day? Being that the person that was raped was paralyzed and or stashed away for any purpose,
Yes.
and they passed the 6th day. Is it considered like killing?
We just you asking me?
No.
I'm asking you. I'm
Okay,
asking you.
we just said right now that we already said that
6
the
days.
process after when the baby is developed, it is, come on, we can't
Right.
we can't call it nothing. It don't matter what the situation is. I believe that when the child is developed, you take it out of your body, you already know we already say it's killing.
Well,
So it does not, so the situation, what had happened does not change the action that's gonna take after.
Right.
Okay? So I think that even if that person was to go to a doctor and after certain length of time, they're not gonna go ahead and take that child out of your body. They even tell you either you in danger or you doing something, you might put your life in risk if you go ahead and take that action. They're still gonna give you the option to decide what you want to do.
Right.
Doctor always do that, but sometimes you're putting yourself in risk. Sometimes, but the action that you take, it doesn't take away that you're taking something out of your body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it doesn't take away the fact that you're taking a human being, a child, out of your body. Now, that's what it's like we just said. It's a touchy situation where I think that it is something that even if it was to happen to a human being, to a person, to a woman, I think that you need to seek help. You understand what I'm saying? Because sometimes you cannot take that child out of your body. So you're going to have to live with it for life. So even if it happened or if it don't happen, sometimes we can't do nothing about it. And you just said that. Sometimes things happen in our life.
Right.
We can't even question ourselves. We will go crazy. We need to seek help.
Well, Shirley said that abortion is normally performed during the first trimester.
Which is what? What's the first trimester?
4
I'm
weeks,
a
right?
guy, so I don't.
Yeah, what's the first trimester? Is it 3 days? Try?
I think it's the first month, like you said, like
first month,
first, yeah,
the first
something like that.
3 months.
For 3
Is
months,
that
yeah.
right?
First 3 months, I think. Yeah.
First 3 months or first 3 days? What is it, Shirley?
I think it's first 3 months. After 3 months, I just told you they're not gonna allow you. The doctor gonna be like, we can't do nothing about it. It's already
The
developed.
first 3 months. Yep, the first 3 months. Thank you for chiming in, Shirley. Go ahead.
I thought it was after 5 months. I thought
5 months after,
5, 6
To do
months.
what?
I don't know.
No.
Some states they allow you up to 6 months. No.
to what? Abort?
Yeah, to abort.
Oh no!
It's already a baby.
Oh no!
It's already a baby.
We know that. We know that.
No,
We passed
I
that
don't-
part.
No,
That's
not
definitely
at all.
killing.
That's a baby.
Well,
unless
it's
you
a
had
baby at 3
yes,
months.
unless
it's a baby
you
at
had
2 months.
unless you had a
It's
the
a baby
girl.
at 1 month.
So
Yes.
so we saying is it
It's a life.
if it's gonna kill, let's just say it's gonna kill a mother, do you consider it murder then? If it's
They
gonna
will-
kill a mother, let's just say the baby's developing inside. Now, if she has this baby, if she continue on letting this baby grow inside her, she can die.
Right.
So now what? Is it murder if she has to get rid of it?
Good question. Good question.
Is it murder?
Good
Like,
question.
what is it considered if the mother has to abort this child at a certain, like at 5 months? Let's just say 5 months.
It might not be a
Yeah.
crime, but I think it's still.
It doesn't take
I
away.
think, yeah, it might not be a crime in the sense of killing or murder, but it's still
Yes,
killing
the action is
and
done.
murder.
Yes.
It's still killing
Well,
a life. It's still
Taking.
stopping the life to continue to grow.
Definitely.
So
To
it is,
develop,
to
yes.
me, that's what I think.
Yes.
What do you guys think?
I also think I think the same way, but
Because I gave the scenario to one young brother, lady walking down the street, and there's a guy behind her. The guy behind her never came at her aggressively or anything. He's just walking, right? He's just walking. So because of her fear, she's scared. In her mind, this guy is probably going to try to grape me. You know what I mean? So out of fear, because she knows she has a gun on her, she turns around and boom. Is that murder?
yes,
Is that killing?
yes.
Yes, it is.
If she killed
She
him,
She took
yes.
a live off.
She's right off the back. She's going to jail because she did something. She did something that she wasn't
She took
supposed to
his
do.
life off.
She wasn't in
Out
harm.
of fear.
She wasn't in harm,
Right,
harm at all.
Wasn't
So like we
threatening
just
nothing.
said, yeah.
No,
Right.
you have to use your gun at the last resort.
Right.
Your gun is the last
Right,
resort.
last
people.
resort.
So
right.
we just said that
somebody
the,
get punched in the face. That's not your life. You got to fight.
Yeah.
And if you feel like you're gonna get, you're gonna get hurt, then you can use it.
Yeah.
So that's murder.
it doesn't
period.
take the fact that the action, you
Right.
did it. You did it.
Right. So, what do you think about the people who feel the same way about abortion? No matter the situation, they still may call somebody. Could you see videos where people outside of the Planned Parenthood and all that stuff boycotting? You are a killer. You're murderers. You're going into beautiful offices with lights and white sheets, but you're murderers. What do you say about?
I think, me personally, I'm pro-choice. People need to mind their business. You're judging someone. If you're judging someone,
no.
you open the door for the Bible, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
now you're judging
All
someone.
the time.
God is pro-choice. My thoughts. God is pro-choice because He only gave us one. He only left us with one thing. The option to choose whether to do right or do wrong. That's the only thing He gave us.
Amen.
He started a life,
Teach.
and He told us, listen, don't eat from that tree. You have the choice not to eat from that tree.
Yes.
You either eat from it or you don't. If you do, become bad. If you don't,
Consequence.
everything is good.
So
Yes.
therefore, he gave you. He's pro-choice.
He's pro-choice.
But he also spoke about consequences.
Yes,
Of
but
those
the
choices,
consequences of those
The
choices. So you're
consequence of the
pro-choice.
action,
So now
yes.
with these people are prejudging people. Number one, and you're also telling people that they're judging them.
Not knowing
They're
the
telling
consequence.
people, listen, you can't have an abortion at all. They're not saying after a certain amount of time. They're telling people you can't have an abortion at all. And then the other side is saying, yeah, you can have an abortion up to like 7 months, after 6 months.
Yes.
So which one is wrong?
Yes.
Murder is murder.
Yes.
That's number one. And you telling someone that they can't do something, by the Bible, you are wrong. By law, you are wrong. We are by law and by the Bible pro-choice.
Right.
I agree.
Okay. All right.
And I agree with you, and I want to give a sample of that.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
spoke about it. I was raised in a Christian home, and I was talking about the way I was brought up. It was about if you commit that action, you go to hell. You're gonna burn. You're gonna burn to a point where you ain't gonna see not even.
Which made you not have sex until when?
To 20 years, but hey, amen to that. I'm still a virgin. So that's the point where that I'm saying that a lot of time we get to judge and try to put things in people's mind, which I think that it could be maybe because we want to detain them of committing action that they know that it brings consequence. But I do believe, just like you said, it is a choice. He tell you something, he tell you, listen, if you act this way, something gonna come out of it. Okay? Decide what you want to do. And he always give us that time to go ahead and come into our senses. So I do believe that. That's the reason why when I see them, like you say, you're there, you're a killer, you this, you that. Come on now. Sit down and think about it. Most of the time, they going down there judging people. They don't know what is going on in that person's life. They don't know what that person went through.
Yeah, but some people
actions.
that does that, they don't. It's not what they feel or what a person is going through. They don't think about. They don't care about those circumstances. Some people don't look at it like they look at it like they're pro-life, no matter what, because everybody goes through something. So you have a person like Mary who had a child. And everybody say it was from what they call that. What they call that?
Immaculate conception.
Yeah. So what if she had an abortion? What if she had one? You understand? And look, what if that person who had a child who may have been great, but that child came out to be the best doctor there is? What if she was great? So no matter what if she had an abortion? And so no matter the circumstances or the problems a person go through, you still can become great.
Yes, it doesn't take
no matter the circumstances.
Yes.
So now you have a line of people outside of the clinic or whatever they do the actual proceedings. 80% that's online, none of them been great. I would say if you go to a section or any section in any city where they are doing or performing those procedures, 95 to 100%, not one of them on that line been great.
A lot of them are making decisions for people who, for things like
inconvenience.
For example, how can a man tell a female that they can and cannot have a child? Like a lot of people are making decisions based off of their own opinion. It's not off their knowledge. It's off of their own opinion.
Right.
It's like a man can't tell a female, oh, you need to, your back ain't hurting because your breast's so big. You should keep them. Like, it's not. Right. I don't know nothing about having breasts, so I cannot tell a female something about breasts, about having them.
Well, you can always go get some. Well, no, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know that. Now you can. Oh,
everything
I was
is
about
possible.
to make a joke too. I was about to make a joke, but I ain't gonna say it. I was gonna talk about Mary.
All right. But go ahead. I mean.
Well, I think Mary was great too, because
bro,
she had a baby. She didn't know that she was gonna have a Jesus,
bro.
She didn't know. It wasn't her husband that she had this baby by.
It was a miracle.
It was a miracle. She was great.
It was a miracle.
In her sleep.
I don't even think she was great.
I think she was great.
I think she was cheating.
Could have been. It could have been. She could have been.
She know it's going, and she know it was going
Lord,
down.
Lay your hand on them. Have mercy on them.
I think she was. If
We're
she
just
had
trying to make light of it, y'all. That's all. No disrespect. We're just trying to make light of it.
If she had a baby unknowingly and unwillingly, she was raped.
It was the spirit.
Yeah.
It was meant
a
to be.
spirit came upon
her, yes.
upon
Yes.
her. A spirit
And lay that child.
that had a
was gonna be
vessel,
Jesus,
a
yes.
spirit, a vessel that had a spirit
That was upon her.
that came upon her.
All right, let's not go there. Let's go back to the let's go back to the topics.
All right.
Up on her. Up on her. Not up in her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
But let us.
Don't be afraid of the topic.
But let us. No, I'm not
afraid of the
afraid at
joke.
all. I'm not afraid. I'm just excited to hear your opinion. Call us. Let us know. We want to hear what's your point of view about it, because it is a topic that is very, to us, it is very sensitive. Like we would say, it is something important and to talk about,
Right.
to open up ourselves. We want to hear your opinion about it, because everybody got different opinions about it, but we want to hear what's your point of view.
973-433-5666. We're just basically talking about actually now, this is the second topic, but the first topic was basically dealing with, is abortion killing a life or murder? What's your take on it? And what are the reasons or the justifications or reasons it should happen or should not happen? Should people get an abortion because, I'm going to school. I'm in my third year trying to get my degree. I don't think I'll be able to handle it if I have a child now. So I want to abort this child. What do you think?
So, but both topics, I'm telling you now, this is the shortest answer I've ever given. Like I said, the first one was, depends on how far along are you. And the second one is, I'm pro-choice. Those are the two quickest answers I've ever given. Normally I, prolong my answers and stuff. So now, anyway, I can understand both sides when it comes to, basically, you already made the point of people aborting a child and excuse me, my thoughts are
Take your
everywhere.
time. That's okay.
But anyway, I can understand both sides.
Okay.
The part that says when you abort the child, it's murder by any means. Yes, it is. It is murder.
Or
yes.
killing.
I'm gonna say murder. If you're aborting it, the mother's.
So you're saying it's premeditated murder?
Yeah. If you thought about it, yeah, it's murder. It's
Okay.
murder. Because you're aborting a child, you're taking the child a life away. Yes, it's murder. So I can understand that part. Because, like you said, that child could be something great in the future, whether it was through rape, through what else?
Immaculate
Conception. It could be through that. So either way it go, if you abort the child, it was grape or whatever it was. If you abort the child, it's murder.
Well, I just look at it like this, and I think most people may not look at it. I'm trying to look at it from other people's perspective.
Yeah, me too.
I'm trying to look at the perspective of life. Right. So when a seed is grown from out of the ground and you see the small piece, which is the green part, that's life. It's not a tree yet.
No, it's not.
It's not a tree, but then you go to the root, cut it out. You just cut out life. Right?
Right.
So that's how I think a lot of people who look at pro-life versus pro-choice, or which is the other one?
Pro-abortion.
Yeah. I think they look at it like you're still killing or cutting off life.
Pro-life
That
is
could
from the
have
beginning.
been cut. Yeah, that's cutting off an actual tree, but not in the stages. It's a stage. It's at its small stage right now, but you're still cutting that life off because it could have been a big, giant tree.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Now, the other people who abort it, who are for abortion, it's certain circumstances where they feel like they need to abort the child. They need to abort the child because the woman can't have the child. Once the child could be growing very, very big inside this woman.
Right.
And then the doctor said you might need to abort this child.
Right, because this child can kill her.
It can kill you. Or it could be
So now you got to
detrimental
ask
to
the
your health.
question. That's crazy. Now you got to ask the question. because this is what this is all about. What's more important?
The woman's life or the child's life?
Exactly.
I think
That's
the woman's life is more important.
Why is
because
that?
Because once they abort that child, you can still have surgeries or whatever to allow this lady to have more children.
Right.
Or she may be able to carry an egg,
Right.
and be able to give that egg to someone else
Right.
for that person to carry the egg. So the woman's life, a woman can give life. So
Right.
a woman's life is very important.
Right.
That's why when you get married, you're married to the woman, and you have to protect her.
Right.
You have to protect
Because
her.
she
Why?
is the
Because
carrier of that seed.
So who's the first person you save if they was all in the? I'm gonna say my wife
Right.
and my children next.
Because she could produce
Because
many
she
more.
could produce more. My child can't yet.
Right.
So I got to carry my wife and then my children. It doesn't
Facts.
sound right to a lot of people,
Right.
but that's the way it is.
Okay, to you pro-lifers, that's a great analogy right there. So how do you feel about that? Those who think pro-life, no matter what, you are killing a child. What do you think about that? 973-433-5666. We would love to hear your opinion. Just go ahead and call in while we continue with this subject. Great point, my brother Tone. So Miss D, how do you feel about this topic again? It's a lot.
Keep repeating it. Yes, it's a lot to take.
Yeah.
It's a lot to. Cause there is a different opinion, like we said already. Everybody have their own point of view, and we all know already, like we said. Most, to me, in my opinion, I believe that a woman is the one that, I know we spoke. We always say, well, man got a choice too. It's his egg, but I think that a woman have to carry that child for 9 months. And 9 months going through this process, I always said, I always said that I was against abortion because of the way I was taught. But then when I came into reality, I became a mother.
How was you taught?
I see, I just mentioned that I was taught that making an abortion or being involved in a sexual action, knowing that a child could be born out of it, you are guilty of anything that you do after that, whether it is abortion, whether it's abortion, whether it's anything, because you already know that out of that action, there's going to be a consequence. And the consequence that I was taught is that if you get involved with someone sexually, pregnancy will come out of it. Or maybe disease might come out of it. Or maybe, transaction disease, your health might be in risk. Anything could happen. So to me, that's what I was taught. But when I became a grown woman and I became a mother, and I have friends and family that I've been through a lot of what we just spoke about, whether it's rape, whether it is being in a harsh relationship, whether it is being in all that I'm thinking that we have the ability also to go ahead and sit down, think about all the consequences that's going to come out of that action. And I think that we need to sit down and think about it and say, are we ready to take this role? And if we're not ready to take the role as a woman, and we already know from the beginning what's gonna come out of it, I think we should go ahead and take that step. Plan B or whatever you gotta do, go take it. Don't wait till the child is developed. Don't wait and try to go ahead and commit what we already said. It's a murder. You're killing somebody. It's already developed. After the month, even the doctor tell you, we can't do nothing right now. You're going to have to let it grow. You can't do nothing about it after a certain time because it's already developed. So I do believe that in that said, I think that as a woman and as men, I think that we need to do what we always say. Sit down, think about the consequence, what's going to bring when we go ahead and do certain things. That's my point of view.
I agree. Great
we need
point.
to think about.
That's a great point, Ms. Day. I appreciate your analogy. I want to get right to what Tony was saying, and I seemed like it was kind of brushed off a little bit when it came to men having an opinion or some type of say when it comes to abortion. I had a scenario that I discussed with someone Young man, 27 years old. Young lady, 26 years old. Both of them great careers. Both of them, educated, doing their thing. They always talked about possibly having a child, and they never had the child. They still was working, doing anything, but out of nowhere, the child, she gets pregnant. Put it like that. She gets pregnant. So now he happy that she's pregnant, but she's kind of discouraged because she's at a place in her career where she's trying to become at the top in her career, and she don't want the baby. She don't want to have the baby right now. But he's like, oh, 27, 26, it's a good time. We both making great money, we secure, but she wants more. She don't think it's good timing because she's not at that spot where she really want to be to have the child. So big arguments happens constantly. So she basically goes out and she has the abortion without him knowing. What do you say to that? So my point I'm making is the man didn't have a choice or say so in that matter because pro-choice. It's the woman's choice. So how do you feel about that? She got power from that, didn't she? So how do you feel about that scenario? Miss D, you first.
Want me to go first?
Yes, I do. Make sure you speak up. So
Yeah, make sure you hear you.
just speak up loud.
Wow, my opinion on that. Don't kill me, y'all.
Hey man, this is your opinion. This is your analogy.
Okay,
This is how you feel, and that's it. We're not,
I believe that. And why do I have to always go back to what we talk about? It seems like every time we all three get into a conversation, our past conversation always come into present. And I just want to touch that up. And I love that about it because it's telling us that what we spoke about from the beginning when we came together, I just feel that it keeps proving that everything is step in life. Because I believe that when you get into a relationship with someone, you got to go ahead and make sure that that is the right partner for you. And I think we always spoke about that. We got to speak about our plan. We got to speak about what it is that we want and when it is that we want to develop it. We always spoke about that. And that's the same thing that I think that's where the mistake is. I can't say that sister was wrong for doing what she did. Why? Because I want to know, was she married to the man? That's where my point of view is. Because if you are married to someone and you have the ring on, I believe that that man also has a point, has a choice, has everything in that action that was going to be taken in his home. That's my point of view.
So you saying if he's not married to her, he don't have no say so, even though that's his sperm.
Let me correct.
Go ahead.
He may have a say so because that's his voice.
Right.
All right? That's his voice. He could have a say so, but
It don't matter.
it does not mean that she's going to follow through with it.
Okay.
Because she is not obligated to do so.
Okay.
They just partner.
Okay.
That's what it is. Now,
Okay.
that is what his choice. That's what he decide to be with.
Right. That's
Okay?
his choice. He
That's
chose
his
her.
choice.
He chose that type of woman.
He chose her.
Got you.
Okay? That means that they were not there one-on-one.
Right. They was on the same page.
They were not in the same page. She's in that. She's on number 1. He's on number 5. Different level on the step.
Got you.
And she got the choice to go ahead and decide what she wants in her life. Just like maybe that's what he wanted on that, but she's not ready for it.
Right.
So I can't say that she is wrong from doing what she did. Now, I don't know what level of commitment they had to each other. I don't know, but obviously because of the action of what she did, something was not level. That's what I think.
Okay. All right. Same question, Tone. Same scenario. What's your take on that scenario? Thank you, Ms. D.
Okay, so they was in a relationship
Right.
and they wanted to have children, but at the moment they tried and everything, it didn't come, and then all of a sudden it came, and
She wasn't ready.
now she wasn't ready. Now, ultimately, she got an abortion without his knowledge. She's wrong. Without his knowledge, without his
Facts.
opinion or anything, if she just went out and got an abortion without having a discussion with the man that she discussed that she wanted to have a life with,
I agree.
that she wanted to grow with,
Right.
that she wanted to have a child with,
Right.
and she goes out and she has an abortion away from this man that was happy to have this child, who's to say that he wasn't able to support, to protect, provide for this child? Who's to say that his life level is not up here? Because her level of life is not up here where she wanted to be. She decided she wanted to abort the child. She's wrong,
Right.
ultimately. Now, again, like you said, pro-choice. Ultimately, it's her choice because it's her body.
Right.
But marriage has nothing to do with it. A marriage is a bond.
That's right.
A marriage that has nothing to do with a ring.
Woo.
That has nothing to do with signing papers and nothing like that. It has nothing to do with none of that. If you're together for a certain amount of time, yeah, we married. Sorry, we married.
Right.
Because before there was papers,
Right.
before there was rings, there was a bond. A marriage is a bond. They had a bond. They had an agreement. Not an agreement. They had a
teach.
discussion. They had a
Tone over here
discussion.
teaching.
Listen, listen.
I like what he's saying,
I'm-
but we're just proving with this scenario there was no bond in there.
No.
Pretending because
there
she
was
went
the
and
bond.
committed
Wait,
an abortion.
There was a bond.
There was no bond.
There was a bond.
There was a bond. If they was together for that long,
No bond.
Hold on. They had a bond.
They thought.
They discussed.
She
No,
went
it's not
outside.
a thought.
He thought there was a bond.
How long was they together?
a few years.
A bond.
They had a
Period.
bond. They had a bond.
There we go
Period.
again.
She broke the
It's a
bond.
bond.
We just let me just spoke about it. Let me just go back.
Let's go back. Wait.
Keep it right to you.
Wait. I
Keep it right
wasn't
to
even
you.
done because, like you said,
Keep it correct to you.
like you said, they have to have a discussion
Right.
to see where they are in life.
There's no bond.
They had the discussion. They wanted to have children, and
it
at this
happened.
point in life,
She
it
wasn't ready.
didn't happen when they discussed it. It happened in the middle of them not discussing it, and probably in the middle of them being discouraged of not having a child. And then all of a sudden, boom, she became pregnant.
There's no bond.
The discussion already happened. That was the bond. That was the bond. If they lived together, that was the
Word.
bond. They was together for years. That was the bond.
It was
If
a
they-
word.
If they what?
Living with somebody for many years does not mean you got a
No.
bond with that person.
Being with someone for a long period of time creates the bond. They're not living.
That's facts.
Being with a person for a long period of time creates the bond. And living with a person creates a tighter bond. Having a discussion makes an even tighter bond. So for her to just decide out of her own thoughts and whatever to have an abortion
Without his knowledge.
without his permission, without anything that has anything to do with him, she was wrong. She was deceitful, and everything else that comes with being wrong.
Because she was not bound to him. We just said it all.
But what makes
That's what-
all right,
that's what her
okay.
action
So now
came
I
out
see.
from.
I see what she's saying.
That's
Wait,
where her
no. I'm trying to
action
understand.
came out from.
Let me ask you a question now, Ms. D. And what's your definition? What is your definition of a bond?
Loyalty.
And wait a minute. What is your definition of a bond? And what do you consider a good bond?
Loyalty,
Loyalty,
honesty,
honesty,
communication.
communication.
Yes, you have to be
Those two
one-on-one with that person, same level.
Okay. So
Yes.
so far,
She wasn't under that.
so
She
far,
was none of that.
She was
That's why I
Thank
see
you.
what she, that's why I see what
she
she
was
coming
none of
from.
that
Thank
when
you.
because you said loyalty, right? Trust, and what else?
Communication.
And communication. So they communicate. They,
gotta be there.
they communicated,
On the same
right? They communicated, right? They had the trust, right? So
There was no
there was
trust
only one
there.
thing. It was trust.
There was no trust there.
It was trust there
Because
you know
he
why it was
said, I
trust?
want the baby.
You know why it was trust? It was trust because they communicated that they wanted to have a baby,
beginning.
and they had.
At
and
the
they,
beginning.
Hold on, wait a minute. They tried, and they tried, and they tried, but it didn't happen when they wanted it to. It happened unexpectedly, like everything in life does. Everything in life happened unexpectedly. Now, like you said, you brought up the topic of the Bible, so you opened up the Bible. God
All the
knows
time.
beforehand what's going to happen.
course.
If God knows beforehand what's going to happen, but He leaves us with choice.
We just said that.
He leaves us with choice.
Yes.
And she chose. She chose to be disloyal at the end. She wasn't disloyal in the beginning. She wasn't disloyal in the middle. She was disloyal.
She
when
was.
She was disloyal when she had the abortion, because she spoke about having him. We don't know whether. And she.
We just said that right now.
Let's just say she got pregnant when they wanted to have the baby.
Let me clear something right now. You just say she got disloyal at the end. Believe me, she was disloyal from the beginning, and he didn't see it until she went and proved it to him
now-
clearly
but
that
now-
she was not
now-
with him.
but now-
That's a good point.
Point blank.
But again,
Good point, Tom.
Point blank.
She got a good point.
But now here we go. You bring up the Bible constantly.
All the time. All the time.
Who are you to say that she was disloyal at the beginning? Let's just say that she had to be, let's just say that she was pregnant back then.
We just said it.
Let's just say she
right
was
right
pregnant
now.
back
You
then.
said she was in her education. She got main things. She got goals
No, no,
in
no, no.
front of her.
Career.
Her career, her thing. She have a lot of things in front of her that was her mate. He saw that from the beginning.
No.
It was number one to her. Until let me just say something. Let me finish what I'm gonna say. Until accidentally she got pregnant. But if she knows that she had other goals before getting pregnant, before building a family, she should take that responsibility. Let me not say he should also, they got to be leveled up and say, you know what, we're not ready right now. Let's protect ourselves. Let's do our education. Their choice. We just said that right now. Let's take care of our education, our life, and then bring this child to the world. I'm not saying, like I said, but my point is that maybe she's wrong, maybe she's that, maybe the other, but she had the choice to go ahead and take. And if he said, if from the beginning he said, baby, what about if accidentally you get pregnant? I want you to keep that baby. Right. What will you decide? Oh, no way. I'm going to finish my education before I write there. Move on or protect yourself and make sure that woman don't get pregnant. Because you already know from the beginning she's going to go get rid of it.
Here's the issue.
Right. Okay.
Here's the problem. They discuss having a baby. They never discuss not having a child. They never discuss not having. They never discuss having an abortion. I'm paying attention because they discussed everything beforehand. They didn't discuss anything else. They discussed everything beforehand. They discuss having a life with a child.
They did.
And they was trying. They didn't succeed at that point. So they started living their life. They kept living their life.
Okay.
And they was living a life. He was living the life as if, listen, we still gonna have this child. We still working on this child. Yeah, she was probably thinking the same thing. But now something else came along that she decided she's not ready for the child when she was pregnant with the child. She decided when she was pregnant with the child that she don't want to have the child.
You know what's that?
But she never had that discussion with him.
You know what's that telling me from the beginning, Tony?
Huh?
She never wanted a child.
Who are you to say that she never wanted to?
She got rid of it.
What
She
if?
got rid of it at the end.
What
Because
if?
she don't want it.
What if she wanted the child?
What?
Listen to this. What if she did want a child, but didn't want to tell him it's a possibility it could be someone else's?
True.
See, we can't bring in other scenarios.
We can't
Maybe that's
Whatever,
those are scenarios.
whatever.
Those are scenarios.
Either way,
So listen up. So sometime they may get rid of it because of that fact, because she know deep down inside it's not
Like
his.
we just said, they were in the same steps, sir.
They were on the same. See, you're changing the scenario before
No.
You're changing this. She's changing the scenario before they had the discussion.
I'm
when
not
they had
changing nothing.
They had the discussion already.
I'm answering.
Wait. No. You're changing the story around.
I didn't. You changed the story.
They was together.
No.
The story is they was
I
together.
I didn't change
What
the story.
about if she was pregnant by somebody else?
I gave you I gave you guys a chance to give your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Both of you, that was my opinion. Maybe
Maybe
that
it was
was
somebody else.
in a whole
Right.
other scenario. Maybe it could have been because we're talking about abortions,
Right.
and people get abortions for many different reasons.
Right, right.
You understand?
Yes,
So
definitely.
therefore, I just brought up the scenario. What if
What if?
Yes.
was
she been
pregnant, but it was-
cheating? And she know it's
wasn't
Tyrone,
loyal.
baby.
She wasn't loyal.
Deep down side, and she wasn't loyal. So
Like
she
Mary.
said, "You know what? Before I had
same
this
sex.
baby,
Like Mary.
hey. So before I
bringing
had
Mary
this
here.
baby, and I know it's Pookie's because this guy, I've been, we've been banging up for a minute, and it never happened. And all of a sudden, and I'm on the outside.
They were saying Spanish.
It might be Pookie, so I'm not gonna have this baby come out looking like Pookie.
Mama said
But like you said, the discussion, the loyalty, and the trust was there at the beginning of the
Yes.
story. At the beginning of the story, because they had the discussion about. So the bond was there. That's the marriage. The
Peace,
marriage-
Leslie, what's good?
The marriage was there. The bond was there at the beginning. So now we're not gonna say whether she wanted to have the baby.
we don't
or
know
not.
what
We
the
don't
last
know.
scenario.
But we don't know.
is.
All
We're
we
just
know,
talking
all we
about-
know is that they discussed having a
discussed it at the
baby. So
beginning.
therefore, she wanted to have a baby.
That means you
at the
listening.
beginning.
That's
yeah,
right.
things could change.
But now, so let's skip all of that right there. All of that is we passed all of that.
Okay.
The part that we discussing right now is the fact that she went off and had an abortion without his knowledge, without his opinion or anything.
That is wrong.
So they had a discussion about having a baby,
Prior
but
to.
never had a discussion about not having a
Deleting it.
child
Right.
or having an abortion. She never had that discussion.
Yes.
So she broke their bond, their trust, and their loyalty. She broke the marriage.
And she didn't communicate.
And she didn't communicate. She broke the marriage when she decided to go out there and have an abortion all on her own without any thoughts or opinions from him. She had that. They had that bond and their loyalty. Then she broke everything when she went off and she had an abortion without anything from him.
What y'all think? We had like 3 topics so far. Is abortion killing? Is abortion murder? What are the circumstances that you feel like an abortion should be done or not be done? And is it wrong for a person to say, or basically have an abortion? If a woman is having an abortion without the man's consent or sitting down having a conversation with him, is that wrong? If you would like to call in with your opinion, 973-433-5666, please go ahead and call in or put your comment on the comment board.
I
Go ahead. I apologize. Go ahead.
I truly believe that bond was already broken from the
okay.
beginning
I can see your point.
because of the action that she took. Because if there was a bond down there, I believe that it will be more. She wouldn't take that step and do something behind his back. Because that's part of being in a relationship.
Yeah,
That's my belief.
I think
I just think that
bond was broken,
something.
trust was
broken.
I think
I think with Pookie, it been broken.
I think the trust and the bond that we're talking about was already broken way before her action.
Right.
And something went wrong down there. Maybe they was bound together in the beginning.
Right.
But I think that through the process of their relationship, something was broken down there that took her to do that action.
My opinion was
whatever
based
it
off
is.
of
Yes.
my opinion was based off of the bond and the trust before. So the story was split in half for me.
Got you.
It was split in half for me.
Got
I
you.
can't say what they was thinking about before the abortion.
I like your analogy, bro.
I can't think. I'm not thinking about that. All I know is that they had the discussion. The loyalty, trust, and everything was there. So now the abortion, that's that. Now, when we're talking about that, you said it's abortion. Now for men to have for men to be able to have a say so in a woman's abortion.
Right.
If you're in a relationship, yes, a man should have a. Now, my first answer was based off of the story.
Gotcha.
The second answer is based off of my opinion. This is my opinion.
Right.
Now, ultimately, like I answered within the story, ultimately it's the woman's decision because that's her body. She's housing the baby. It's the baby's inside her.
Right.
So the guy ultimately has no say so, and whether she has the baby or not, he has no say so. Should he have a say so? Yeah.
Well, I guess depending on the situation and depending on the man.
Right. It depends. No,
the woman.
No.
Yes, sir.
Listen to me. Hear me out.
I'm listening.
All right. There are certain circumstances in certain parts of the world. If that woman get pregnant, she ain't got no right to have no abortion.
Right.
You understand my point?
I hear you.
That man will be like, abortion? You ain't ever getting an abortion.
You think that's right?
What I'm saying to you, I'm not saying it's right or wrong. My point is what you said about it's her choice. And some places in this world, there is no choice when you get pregnant. And even the women feel like, I got pregnant, I got to have it. We're not getting rid of no child.
This is pro-life.
Right. Okay.
So that's pro-life. So like I said, ultimately, it's the woman's choice because it's her body.
So
That's her egg.
speaking of that, that's a good topic. You just brought something from my mind. Being that the baby sits in the woman's body, and you, like you said, it's her body, her choice. That's being promoted even in the political world and everything. Pro-choice for the woman. Is it her baby?
No.
Is the baby hers? So when the baby come out, automatically
it's not her baby.
The mothers say, "This is my baby."
It's not true.
Speak to that, Ms.
They
D.
always
Speak to that.
I just want to say that what I hear is the baby.
You gotta speak up louder. You gotta speak up louder.
They say the mama is always the mama. The father is maybe. That's what they always say.
And the only reason why they say that is because it's a possibility. It's a possibility that it's not his, but it's automatically hers because it came up out of her. So we know for sure that that's hers. We understand that, but we're talking about even if she knows the father is this. She know who the father is, and they together, DNA test and everything. We know the father that he's the father. But even when the baby is here, conceived, most women believe that it's my baby. It's mine. It's not even yours. It's my baby.
I have to say that.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Of course, I understand what you're saying.
Right.
But then that answer, a lot of women come with that answer. They already know the child belongs to two people.
Right.
I cannot create a child by myself.
Right.
They got to be a daddy.
Right.
Obviously, scientifically, eyes wise, in front of God, is two people. We need the man to create a child. We already know that.
Okay.
So I know that a lot of the time, women come out with that answer saying that it's my child. But that's because men are absent sometimes. Most of the time.
Going to something different now.
I know you're going to go somewhere else. But I'm going to speak about what I hear.
Right.
And what I seen from sisters.
Right.
I seen a lot of scenario where they say, that's my child.
Right.
Why? Because the father don't want to get involved. He laid the egg, like we just say the sperm, and they disappeared. Now, when the child is grown, after the time that we mostly need that dad around to support the child, daddies never show up. And he also know he's the daddy. So that came out where woman is always saying, that's my child, that's my son, that's my daughter. Because most of the time, that man always waits until the child is already grown, teenager, not even a baby no more to buy a pamper or buy the milk. Then they want to show up now after you did everything and say, that's my child.
Now, the question is, why sometimes? See, all of the blame, we're going to something different. Now, all of the blame always go on the men, on why we are not in that child's life. You forget that the woman says things like, oh, that's my child. You're right. That's your child. It's also mine.
It's both.
You use that child against the father. Most times females do. they use that child against the father. They say things like, "Oh, if you don't do this, you ain't gonna see your son." A lot of times that a lot of times the father wants to be in that child's life, but because of the mother, he can't be.
So does that also makes some feel like, because it's my child, I can have an abortion anytime
That's
I
what makes
want.
the females think that.
Yes, it does.
Because
make
it's my body,
from a woman's
not
point
the
of
fact
view.
that it's my child
Yes.
also, but it's my body. So
From
because
a-
I know it's my body and it's my child, I can get rid of it anytime I'm ready.
from a woman point of view, and I'm not only talking for myself.
Right.
I see a lot of sisters saying the same thing. I know, like he said,
Right.
men are saying women don't allow me to see my child. They don't, they put my child against me. It's just a whole scenario, a whole
Right.
hey back and forth and
Right.
stuff. Like, we always say that from the beginning. Plan before you make a plan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Plan before you
Sit
make
down,
the
talk
step.
about it. Write
Talk
stuff
about
down.
it. Make the step, one step at a time. Find out. I'm telling you, Supreme, we're gonna save ourselves a lot of
Lot of pain,
problems.
lot of trouble.
We just speak about that all the time.
All the time.
And just like the way we're discussing about it right now, we already know.
Facts.
Just by getting pregnant is a big problem. Woman wise, man wise. It's
Right.
just a boom animosity between two people, and the only person who get hurt
It's the child. And they grow up and do the same
Yes.
thing.
We know, and we asking the question, but we well know that it's take two people. We need a dad and a mother. We could try to be down there like, who's the right? Is the mother or is the daddy? Is this or is that? We already know. It takes two people. It's two parents. That's
Facts.
what we have to step and think before we do something.
Facts.
And who you fucking with.
That's right. All right.
Everything you said is true.
Everything you said is true. No doubt. No doubt.
And don't forget our Sunshine Shea Butter, y'all.
Supreme
Come on
Sunshine
now.
Shea Butter.
Supreme Sunshine Shea Butter. Don't forget that, right? Gotta go ahead and get it. Keep those hairs shine, looking young. Listen, mine was looking rusty, all right, after working. I just came and put a little bit on my hair and look at it. All shiny,
Came
all
to steal some
right?
today.
Get that Sunshine
I
Shea
ain't want
Butter.
to touch it until
Yeah,
Supreme
get that butter.
Sunshine Shea Butter.
Get that butter.
Get it,
man.
get it.
That
it
butter.
smell good too.
Make
talk.
your order. It's delicious. Has delicious
No
smells
doubt.
on
I
it.
got
No,
the beard
thank
to
you,
put it
y'all.
in right now.
Real
Yes.
talk.
You better.
Shine.
Yeah, you have to. You sure
I
you
ain't
put
put this
some
thing in
on?
about 3 months. No, I ain't putting it on yet.
You have to. You're gonna shine.
I ain't put it on yet.
So we basically discussed so far, for those who just chiming in, killing an embryo, a fetus, is some people say it's wrong. Some people say it's right. It's pro-choice. Some people say it's killing. Some people say it's not. We talked about abortion, far as being raped. Some people
Raped.
saying that it should be aborted. Some people saying that it shouldn't be aborted. Some people say it's still killing. We talked about having a woman having a child and being impregnated and then going to get an abortion without without the father knowing is disloyal, was wrong. And some people say that she can do it anytime she wants because it's her choice, because it's her body. You know what I mean? She may have other career situations and all types of planning that she wants to do or want to be in a certain status in life before she had the baby. And at the time the baby came unexpectedly and she wanted to go ahead and get rid of the baby. And some people say it's still wrong if you didn't let the father know that you aborted that baby, because maybe that baby was the child that he really wanted at that time, because he know he's
His
27,
miracle
28. This is his lineage, and he wanted this would possibly be his first boy. You know what I mean? So yeah, so we got a lot of different scenarios that's going on dealing with abortions. So what do you think? Once again, 973-433-5666 about the abortion conversation. It's definitely a touchy subject. And for those who may have aborted, I had seen a video where a young lady said that she aborted over 20 babies, 20 embryos, fetuses
Is a serial killer?
She's she would be in the eyes of those who are pro-life. She's a serial killer. That's a straight up premeditated. So what's more important, or what's worse? The pro-lifers would say, killing a man that's 30 or killing a baby that's 6 months. What's the difference? That's what the pro-lifers would say.
I believe the pro-lifers would say that killing a child would be worse. Because the child can grow up to be whatever, but the adult, the 30-year-old has already lived his life, and the child can grow up to be anything. That's just my opinion. It's not exact. I'm not a pro-lifer. I'm pro-choice. So I'm just thinking, as a pro-lifer, I would think that a pro-lifer would think that killing a child would be worse than killing an adult.
What do you say that to, Ms. D? What do you say that?
I think
Say to
killing
that.
either one of them. I believe that it's too worse, whether it's the 30 now or the come on.
Yeah, I think
both
killing is killing.
Yes,
right?
both life.
The question was which one do you think a pro-lifer would consider to be worse? Would it be worse to kill a 30-year-old or
obviously they're gonna support the baby? But to me, I think both is a killing.
Yeah, murder is murder.
Murder is murder.
So if that's the case, will it be a time where, say for instance, that same scenario that we talked about the young lady and young man who she went out to, get the deletion without him knowing. Would it be a time where the man or the family could bring her up on charges for something like that?
Well,
Hey, look, her and the doctors that was all involved.
well,
Even the one who gave him the knife.
listen.
We're gonna have a lot of them in jail.
That's what that is what the pro-lifers are working on.
Anyhow.
You serious?
I'm dead serious. That is what pro-lifers are working on. That's why it's
Wow.
not allowed in certain cities and states.
Wow.
If you think about it, when they say the abortion rate is high in Jersey City, why? Because we can have abortion in Jersey City
Anytime you want.
Yeah, anytime you want. So people
For any reason.
For any reasons. So people from other states and
Come
other
here.
counties and everything come here to get tested. So when they this is true.
Right.
When they say Jersey City has the highest rate for STDs and abortions and stuff like that, it's because we are the only state that can do abortions, right? Let's just say New Jersey. Legally to have abortion. So people from New York comes here, people from Connecticut come here. So people from different states go to different states to get an abortion or to get tested so that it won't be pop up in their community. So it's like, all right, well, I think I got AIDS. Let me just go to Jersey City. Nobody knows me there. I'm gonna go there and get tested. Oh, so now it's on our radar that we have a person, Jane Doe, she has AIDS. But she's residing in Jersey City because they don't have to put down where they live. They don't have to put down none of the information.
Yes.
All they need is the money and or
They don't even have to have a residence here?
Nah,
I don't think so.
you don't have to have a residence here to get checked up here.
I don't believe that one.
Nah, you don't have to have a residence to get checked. You don't have to
They
have a
don't give the
residence.
information.
You just come to get
It's
checked for it to see
privacy,
if
right?
it's
Private.
It's a privacy act.
Yeah.
With the HIPAA law,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So they could come here and they
Yeah,
can do whatever they need to
HIPAA.
do, and then they can go back to their city. It's just like people
Nothing happened.
that's just like people from different countries. They come here to have their children, and then they go back home. They come here, have the children. The child is, they have the children for free. I don't know the whole stipulations, but they come here, they have their children, and then they go back to their country. So now it's like the children can have dual citizenship, or the
Right.
child is American, it was born in America. So whenever the child gets old enough, they want to go to school in America, they just come here to go to school and stuff like that.
Wow. Deep.
I know I sound like a far righter, right? It's okay. Listen, I like to listen to both sides before I
Yeah.
give my opinion. So,
No doubt.
like DMX said.
So you got something to say on that, Miss D?
No.
Huh? You done with it?
No, I'm just looking at her like, I don't know what law is that they allow him to come in there and make, have have their baby in here and
Yeah.
stuff.
No, it's not.
I know that. I mean, I know
It's not
that.
a law, but that people do it. They just, I'm going on vacation. They 6 months. So if a person comes here from, let's just say DR, Dominican Republic, or Afghanistan, wherever they come from, they allowed to stay in the United States for how long? 6 months, right? Before they have to go back.
They do get checked by they do check them before they enter the country, especially if they got visa and stuff.
What
They
do
make
they
sure
check?
that,
What do they check?
health-wise and everything before you enter the country.
Okay, so
If you're coming down here with any visa and stuff.
So
now, if they come illegally, they might try to come in with pregnant or whatever.
if you come here to visit, how long can you visit for?
About less than 6 months. Though it depends what you got. I don't know if it's visa. I don't know if it's sometimes they got student thing. I don't know. It depends.
Visa, they got work visa, they got
visiting family,
visas.
marriage, whatever.
They got sponsorships.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff that you still got to prove certain things to them,
Yeah.
and you
So
have
it's anywhere from 3 months to 6 months, right?
Yeah, they make sure that you are okay.
How long does it take for you? Like when you, what do they? How far along of the pregnancy do they stop you from traveling on plane?
I don't. You know what it is. I'm like, we went for abortion to immigration. So I don't.
because you was
Stay on
debuting.
topic.
No. She was debuting what I was saying.
I'm not
Debunked it.
debuting you. I'm not debuting you. I'm not. I'm not gonna debut you on that. I'm just saying that I know people that come from different countries stuff, and I'm just telling you what goes down a little bit that I know with immigration before you cross the country. Now I do know that a lot of people come illegally, and that's in their mind to come in here and have their child so they can have a better future because they suffer in their country. I understand that, but they're not allowed by law to come in and have their children and go. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. I don't.
No, I get what
It
you're saying.
doesn't. I mean, I know people from.
Some people come visit.
Yeah, they come visit.
Some people come
Some
illegally.
people definitely, and they check your background, your health, your health wise. Check the person who asked for you to, to come to the country and all that stuff.
Speaking of
There's a
different
lot of
places,
stuff,
speaking of different places of the world, in Honduras, is there a lot of abortion clinics and things like that in Honduras?
I haven't been in the country for many years, okay? But I do know that it's something that also that people also think that a child is sacred, and so once a person, most of the time, as far as I know, a person is like in a relationship with someone, and the scenario is definitely not like what we see here in the USA.
What's the difference?
Because children are very like adore regardless.
Precious,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. When a woman gets pregnant, that's just like we're
noble.
It's noble, it's happiness, it's just like, it's not like the way we look at it here. I'm being honest about it.
So if a person or a couple or family that in Honduras is barely getting by, and they're struggling, being pregnant, someone being pregnant, is that hard on them to say, okay, this girl's pregnant, I don't know what you're gonna do. You got to try to get rid of that.
They don't even think about that, Supreme.
Wow.
Like I'm telling you, like
Excuse me 1 second.
that's not even like a topic. You know what I'm saying? A person. This is the thing about America. Let's just talk about that again. How a lot of people feel that they're privileged to be in this country because a lot of things are allowed that are not allowed in different continents. I'm telling you, like down there, it's like a child, or it could be even who's only like 13, 12, 11.
Right.
They have no choice but to carry that child. They could be raped. They could be. This is the thing about why like when I hear the topic, it brings a lot of feeling, and I have like a lot to say about it because, like we said right now, it depends how you're brought up.
Right.
It depends the culture. It depends the scenario, like situation, like we just spoke about it. A lot of country is not allowed at all. They don't talk about that.
Right.
It's abominating. Like, don't do that.
Right.
What?
Right.
But when you come to it scientifically, like I was saying to you from the beginning, I thought about the same thing too. But then it depends what each person is brought up with, what's their belief, what they're going through. It is a choice. We just spoke about that. And so therefore, a lot of the country, they probably don't even got a place to go ahead and get that done.
Yeah.
You know, to them, it's like, don't do that.
Right.
The person child get raped. They go through a lot of struggling. Sometimes a family don't even have plate for 2 children. She get pregnant, they're going to have to figure it out. But
Is
that
there-
child going to have to eat, Supreme.
Yeah. Is there consequences, or how can I say it? After effects on, I don't know, because I'm not a woman. So, is there any consequences or effects on the mind after a woman have a deletion of a child from the womb, when she knowing that there is a child, there was a child there? What type of psychological effect does that have on a woman?
And this is another, and I just love the question, Supreme, because it is something that I could speak about it from a woman point of view. It is something that nowadays, like we just spoke about it, how different country, women are not allowed to have a choice. If you get pregnant, you go ahead and get pregnant, you're gonna have to carry that child, regardless of the situation, the consequence, and everything.
Right.
But when we come to this country, there is a lot that is allowed. Even the choice to go ahead to carry a child or not to carry it.
Or get rid of it.
Yeah, get rid of it.
Right.
It's not, well, not even a child, a sperm, let's say that. Because it's not a child.
No, it's a life.
It's a sperm.
It's a sperm.
It's a sperm.
A stage.
Okay. So
It's a small.
that's your scenario
of life.
So so the thing about it is that when it comes into that point, everybody got a different perspective about it.
Right.
It depends where their mind is,
Right.
and how they were taught
I agree.
and what they think about it.
Right.
Because like you said, a woman went 20. You would just say she's a criminal.
Right.
But to her, she's just cleaning her system.
Right. Right.
It was not a child.
Okay.
So, but some women, you know, they might, I don't know what they're going through. But if I was to have a sexual relationship with someone and accident happened and I'm not ready to carry that child, they got the twin. Go ahead and get the one.
Right.
Grab that pill, clear your system. You could do it. So there is no feeling in it because it was just a cum. That's how you look at it.
It was a cum.
It was a cum.
Yeah, it was just fun. It was just fun.
It was just fun.
Right.
So you go get the pill, take it, it clears your system. It's not even developed. Now, if it's like we just said that, if it's something that is developed and you keep doing it, now there's also a consequence on the body, Supreme.
Yeah.
There's where the woman cannot have a baby no more.
Right.
It could mess up your system. It does a lot of things to a woman's body.
What about the mind? That's what I asked you. The question about
the
how
mind to
they
me.
think.
The mind to me, personally, like I said, if I was to go ahead and have a sexual relationship with someone, and condom broke down, something I'm not sure. I don't even know if he came inside me or not. I'm gonna go take my pill. I'm gonna prevent the other step. I'm gonna go take that action. I'm gonna clear my system. I do not feel that I commit anything at all.
Okay, I get you on that.
That's how what I think. Now, I don't know what the other person's mind is.
So are you saying after 2 weeks that you're pregnant? A week, two weeks, 3 weeks that you're pregnant. Do you feel like the pill can't take care of that? Can it?
No. That's
Okay.
I just said
So,
right now in my point of view.
Right.
I don't know on the mind of another person that is committed, like we say, abortion, or they cut her, or they take whatever from inside. I don't know.
You're talking about way before that stage.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're talking about the
process.
next day.
Yes, next day, same day too.
Same
Give me
day.
the $50 run to the pharmacy.
Right.
But I'm saying that I don't know in that scenario because I have not committed that thing. I probably would be devastated too as a woman because of the way I was raised.
So you saying
It's the
for you mentally?
Yes.
That
He
would do
probably
something to you.
Of course. I'm probably going to be like thinking I'm a killer. I killed somebody. I killed a baby. Because the way I was raised.
Got you.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I told you that me, personally, I don't go to that point. Because I was brought up in a where it's horror. You know, it's terrible to do it.
Right.
Wow. Hey, listen.
What do you say about that? As far as the mental on a woman, do you think that have an effect And I'm asking you, although you're a man, I'm asking your opinion. Do you think that has an effect on the woman's mind when she deletes a 2, 3, 4 week, 6 week? I don't know if you can go over. I don't know.
Depends
7
depends
week,
on how sensitive the woman
1
is.
month. Okay.
Because a woman can be very sensitive, and it can like soon as like the next day they just be crying because they thought that they murdered someone.
Right.
And then you have other people that say, so whatever.
Oh well, like
Yes.
popping popcorn. It's like throwing pumpkin seeds out your mouth.
The same thing happened last month. Whatever.
Yeah. And they get used to it.
Right.
And also, like he said,
And it could also be the ignorance of a female too.
it could be that. And sometimes,
Especially after 20, 25
and
deletions.
and
Right.
and sometimes also they want it and they can't carry it, they can't have it.
Right.
So that's like I said, it's just a different.
Females is more emotions involved.
Yes,
Right.
we are
For some
emotional.
females, yes.
Yeah, we are very.
But guys are too.
Yeah.
But we just show our emotions differently.
I
That's
guess
facts.
it depends. We just said it depends the scenario.
That's true. I like Candace Owens' concepts sometime on the abortion thing. I think she's the opposite of some in the political world. And I would like for y'all to hear a piece of what Candace Owens speak on. You know, a lot of people don't like her, but I think she's pretty deep. So as far as the mind thing, like, Tone, what you said about the mind thing, how do you feel about the mental after having those? Do you think they have an effect on their mind?
Yes,
Not just because I don't care or
I think every abortion has an effect on a female.
Right. How so?
Because they doing something to their bodies. Just like every time they have their monthly,
right?
You know, it plays a mental effect on them. Some people say, oh, you know, I'm getting angry because I got my monthly or it's coming.
Right.
So when they taking that embryo out, you don't have your period for how long? Like 2 months, 6 weeks, something like that. True. So now it's playing a mental thing. Like, oh, okay, well, damn, I just aborted a baby. I just aborted a life. You know. So no matter how much a female acts like they don't care, I believe some part of them do care.
You think so?
Yes. I think so. That's just my opinion. I'm not a female, so I don't know.
No, I definitely agree with you. Like we said, every action has
back for today's
body-wise, mental-wise. You know, we just spoke about that. Let's be clear about it. And sometimes a woman doing this so many times, you know what? They can't even have children.
Yep.
For doing so much process, and then maybe you decide you're ready to have them, and then God just cut you off. That's it.
Or they might come out with a defect.
There you go. It's a lot of consequence to it.
So here we go with Candace Owens. Let me let you hear quickly her take on, I guess, abortions.
Counterpoint segment, I wanted to discuss the recent Supreme Court abortion case. Honestly, this isn't even about whether you're pro-choice or pro-life. I just do not like bad arguments. And the arguments that are coming from the left right now are absolutely bonkers. So let's start with absolutely bonkers, Joy Behar.
It's a very interesting schism that goes on here because on the one hand, sex sells everywhere. I mean, you can't see an aspirin commercial without somebody having sex. You cannot turn on any program, especially on streaming, where people are having there's soft porn everywhere now. Right. They encourage all of that. It sells everything. Sex sells. Yeah. And yet when it comes to the reality of pregnancy, this particular group of people on the right in this country and these religious zealots do not understand the reality of what happens when you have sex.
I don't think she knows that it's not pronounced sex, but we'll pretend that there's an H somewhere in there. For counterpoint number one, I want to say, yes, Joy Behar, you are correct. Sex is everywhere. Our culture is sick. That isn't an argument, that's a diagnosis. We have an increasingly sick culture here in America. Religious zealots and or people on the right very much understand that reality. We understand that when a culture promulgates promiscuity, it leads to people engaging in unfulfilling, unprotected sex. Far from your assessment that we don't understand what happens when you have sex, we understand exactly what happens. Children are the consequence. Life is the consequence. It would seem to me that it's the atheist zealots, the ones who have normalized sex-laden aspirin commercials, that don't quite understand what happens when you have unprotected sex. And then, when they find out, they go, whoops, well, good thing I learned in health class that I can just get an abortion to deal with it. Did you know, Joy, that before federally funded sex ed programs in school, which sprang up in the 1970s, and before Roe v. Wade in 1973, teenage pregnancy rates in this country were declining over a period of 12 years. Maybe what we on the right understand is that there is such a thing as sexually transmitted insanity, the normalization of non-committal sex, which is pervasive in our culture and in our schools, and it serves no one, least of all the young women who wind up pregnant and are pressured to make a life-altering emotional decision that is packaged to them as the responsible thing to do. I believe that you and the ladies that sit beside you contribute daily to that toxic culture of lies. Do you want to be a hero for the holidays? How about getting your loved one a new iPhone?
So yeah, that was something that D talked about too. You know, basically the consequences. It's automatic. You know what I mean? You can't, get into these situations and not have the consequences. So, and one of the main consequences is children. That's one of the main ones. And why don't people talk about having the children once they are pregnant instead of aborting? What about adoption? Adoption. These children are not taught that. The younger people are not taught that. They just taught, get rid of it. How come adoption is not talked about to them? What would probably be a better decision when it comes to, especially for the pro-lifers who think pro-life. What do you say to that?
Ladies first.
Ladies
now
first.
You want me to go first, huh?
only when I'm asked the question.
You were asked the question.
Oh, that's for me?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
It don't matter. It don't matter who
Listen,
goes first.
well, with the pro-lifers do decide that they should. Pro-lifers want people to have the baby to give the baby up for abortion. So that's what the pro-lifers are arguing about. They're arguing about basically is this big what do they call it, conspiracy theory about them getting rid of the black baby.
Yeah, they definitely talked about. Yeah.
That's they talking about.
Big time.
But now when you think about, now you got to think about which ones are talking about this. Liberals, meaning the Democrats, or the Republicans. The Democrats are talking about getting rid of the babies. They're the ones that are pro-choice and pro-abortion.
Okay.
And the pro-lifers are the ones that's saying, listen, let's talk about this. Let's get rid of that the abortion clinics in certain all of these places, because all of the abortion clinics, because they're the only ones that's speaking about the abortion clinics in black neighborhoods or in black areas. So they say have the babies and give them up for adoption, opposed to just aborting them.
Right.
If you abort them, then you're aborting a life. You're murdering.
Right.
So, I mean, I think the liberals, the right wingers, are the ones that are talking about having the children and giving them up for an adoption. And I think the other side is saying just abort them.
No, just abort them.
Just abort them. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
Just get rid of them.
What do you think about that same question or statement, Ms. D?
I think that would be like more painful.
I can't hear you. You got to speak a little
I
louder.
just think that would be like more, in
More
my
painful?
point of view, like as a woman, like for me to carry a child, that's a bond that is like.
So you think it's best to get rid of it than have the child and then give it to a family that can possibly take care of that
Not
child
at all.
while you could possibly still
Not
see
at
the
all.
child.
I think protect yourself, Supreme, so you won't get pregnant.
Right.
Protect yourself.
Right.
Because I am not going to carry a child for
Somebody else.
and then give it up. That's like, I think that's going to be
That's
more
torture.
Some people live for
torture,
that.
devastating, traumatizing for life.
Some people think that that's a great thing to do, to carry a life for so long.
I can't do it.
Because some people out there that does that for a living.
I can't do that.
So
That's
all,
up to me.
It all, like again, it all depends on the mental of the person.
That's what I just said. I'm too.
I know that's right.
Because there are females there are females who get paid to carry a child for a woman.
We just said
For family.
how sacred, how.
And that's why they do it. They do it because they love life.
This
They would
is
rather
like
give life. They would rather help a person, create life and hold on to the life,
That's
opposed to just having the person abort that life.
I can't.
Wow.
I can't have no opinion on that because me as a person, I will not get pregnant and give my child away. That's just me as a person.
But what if there was a situation, Ms. D, where you actually did get pregnant and you didn't want to get pregnant because the condom broke and you didn't have time to go get that $50 plan B?
I'll be damn, I don't got no $50 in my hand
I
after
said
that.
you didn't have time. It got to the
And I ain't gonna have it.
You want to accept the Africa.
I'll give it to grandma. I'll give it to auntie.
Okay,
but
I'll
that's
give it
still
to
way.
a
But
family
you're still-
member.
but you're still-
Because I would
adopted.
love to see that child grow up.
Right.
I would love to be involved. I cannot give my blood. I don't see it. I'm sorry.
Right.
But you also give it to people that you know that
People
are close to
know.
family.
That's what
My
I'm saying.
family.
That's what I'm saying.
Better be grandma, auntie, uncle. I ain't giving my child away. I'm sorry.
All right, so let's see what my girl Candace got to say.
I can't live with it.
There
I'm
is
sorry. I
nothing
would die.
like the
Let's see what she
glory
got
of
to say.
parenthood.
We're
All right.
depressed.
There is nothing like the glory of parenthood. I used to be pro-choice. It wasn't because I was evil. It wasn't because I wanted to murder babies. It was because I was an impressionable child who was taught the wrong thing. Because I went through the public school system and I learned that it was a clump of cells. And that just could not be further from the truth. I was astonished, and I was already brought over to the side of pro-life. And I still remember seeing the ultrasound. My son was 11 weeks old. I will never forget that moment of him dancing, his arms, his legs, and doing this move. And I just started breaking down crying, and I was just crying because his personality was so clear to me, and it's still what his personality is today. I think that the pro-choice movement has become so radicalized that even people that are pro-choice don't identify with this. When we were having this debate even 5 years ago, we weren't talking about 9 months in the womb being able to abort a child. I mean, it's just, that's unfathomable. They are increasingly radical, but I personally think that our society is becoming increasingly more conservative because it's gotten so radical, because we went from, up to 12 weeks this should be allowed, and then now we've landed on, even if it's a botched abortion and the baby is still breathing, it should be murdered. We're talking about infanticide, and that is human sacrifice, the likes of which haven't been seen since the Aztec Empire, and that's scary. We have abortion laws that are in line with North Korea. Have we ever wanted, is that where our society should be? Should we be in line with North Korea? The media narrative running around telling Black Americans that they are unsafe on the streets, that they are unsafe in the presence of a police officer, that they are unsafe in the presence of white people. And I say, actually, if you are a Black American, the most unsafe place for you is in your mother's womb. And that's the truth, right? Is in your mother's womb. How sad is that? That is where you are most likely to be killed. That is where you are most likely to have your life taken from you. You cannot deny what is plainly in front of your face. And so ultrasounds should be a requirement for any woman that is considering getting an abortion. It destroys the lie with such magnitude that you can't come back from it. I always say that people that have made those mistakes can always be the biggest, most important advocates for the truth. It's for women that have gotten abortions, and I said this on stage, you know, don't feel like you have to then become a voice for the left's evil and say, well, because I've done this, I now feel compelled that this is the only space that I can be accepted in.
Now that's a really deep perspective she gave, and I thought on that, and because, you know, there are people who have possibly had abortions, so they may feel a certain way about being a pro-lifer because they feel because they had an abortion, now they feel obligated to tell others, younger women, you know, it's your choice. If you want to have that baby, or if you don't want to have that baby, you go get rid of it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, I did the same thing. But deep down inside, they may really be feeling a whole nother way. But because they did it themselves, they feel like they have to be pro-choice. But there was a woman that I know that actually came out and was talking about she did feel that way. And she changed her whole thing to pro-life, even though she did it. Because as time went on, she started feeling more and more depressed, more and more guilty of the idea that she had a life in her womb and deleted it. What you think by that?
I've never been accessory to murder. I've never been accessory to murder. All right, that's number one. Okay. And I think that any and everybody who are one-sided, are pro one thing,
right,
are very, 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 very judgmental.
Right.
Very.
Okay.
Whether we talking biblical or anything else, they are very judgmental.
Right.
And that's wrong. That's my opinion. But
see, if you're pro-choice, you're being judgmental too.
No, I'm not.
Because if you call and say, for instance, you calling Candace judgmental, right? You just mentioned that because one person thinking one way, they're very, 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 very judgmental. Everyone on the earth is judgmental.
Everybody is. Everyone is.
You know what I mean? But everyone on the earth is judgmental on something.
Everyone is.
Yeah.
But again,
we got our own point of view.
But
right,
again,
exactly.
Again, yes. If you're one-sided,
right,
on anything,
got you.
Most people, like let's say pro-lifers,
right,
they are very judgmental. Mm-hmm. People who are for abortions, 100% judgmental. People who are for who are against abortions, very judgmental. Right. Because they argue with each other.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
A person in the middle who are pro-choice, like me, that's your choice. If you want to do it, right? That's your choice. I can't tell you what you can and cannot do. I can't force you to do anything. That's your choice. I am not willing to die for your sins. I'm not. I'm only willing to die for my sins and my children's sins. Okay. That is it. No one else's. So God gave us one thing. He left us with one thing. He wiped the world out of humans and left so many people. And he left us with what? One thing.
Right.
The choice to do right or do wrong. So basically what I said from the beginning, I would rather hear both sides and understand both sides before I make my own opinion.
Gotcha.
And I hear and I understand both sides.
Both sides, right.
That's what made me in the middle.
No doubt.
Pro-choice.
Right. Straddling the fence.
And also the Bible. God said, you have that choice.
But there are consequences.
Yeah, no, he told us his consequences. He told us his consequences.
That's what everybody
Wait. He said it's consequences,
right,
good and bad.
Right.
So when you say consequences, we continuously think the bad consequences. Right. But what about the good?
But if it's most times
it's a
I'm
negative.
not saying if it's a negative, you most times get negative consequences.
Right, but if it's positive, you get what?
Positive.
Right.
Right.
So I'm not, like I said, in the Bible he gave us a choice.
Right.
Yes.
We could go left or we can go right.
Okay.
There's good for the left,
Right.
and there's good for the right, and it's worse for the right, and it's worse for the left.
Right. Okay. All right. You got anything to say on that, Ms. D?
I agree with him. I definitely do. I definitely.
Good point, Tom.
I definitely agree with Tom on that. I really do. And we just spoke about it. How I know I want to go back to where we was talking about how a woman is the one that make a choice and decide what to do with her body. But I also want to mention that some brother also push a woman to act in the way, make that decision that they making. Let's not leave that behind,
Right.
because we already
Right.
spoke about the fact
Right.
that we want, because what the point really what I'm trying to make it down here, it's not about the woman or the man who's right, who's wrong. I just want to know, I just want us not to forget what we just mentioned right now, that every action that we make, there's a reaction and consequence to it. Whether it's a man telling you, that's not my child, go get rid of it, or maybe a woman saying, forget about it. I don't want a child with you, let me get rid of it. There's still consequence to everything that we do, and that's the reason why we need to be attentive,
Right.
just think about before we act.
What you say, McCone Lincoln said, I don't think shit be on her mind besides getting rid of the baby, besides certain cases where they no choice. Okay, I feel you. I see your point, McCone. What's good with you, bro? Peace and blessings to those who chimed in.
Definitely.
Please like and share the page. I appreciate it. Like the page, please. Thanks. Yeah, so I feel you on that. So I want to listen to a little more of the pro-life, and then it's a possibility we can listen to a piece of also pro-choice.
As a pro-abortion advocate, that's not true. You could be an anti-abortion advocate, and your voice would have more weight because you went through it. And I had received this past week tons of emails from girls who heard that message and received it and said, I cried the whole time I was getting this abortion. I cried after it. I still have doubts about it. And these are young women, and hearing you just say that I don't have to be an advocate for this, something that hurt me, was something that they needed to hear. So I am always saying to those women that don't feel like you have to be pigeonholed, and that one thing that you do in your life has to determine the rest of your life. It's one of the great lies of our society that you're not allowed to evolve, and you're not allowed to change your mind. And so that is why I think linking arms with advocates that have had abortions and having them talk about that horror that they still experience, that regret that they experience, can be very helpful in combating these more radical arguments that are arriving. I would say every second of every single day becomes a defining moment and defining argument, I would say, for the pro-life movement when you have a child. You are just amazed at the miracle of life, just seeing the things that take place through your son's eyes and the growth that happens every day trying something new. I mean, I just cannot advocate for having a family more. I cannot be more pro-family. If I'm radical, I'm radically pro-family. I think it just does something to the spirit of a woman. Women become what they were meant to become. It is a superpower unlocked, is truly what it is.
All right. That's that. Go ahead, Tom.
I don't think she's ever touched this topic until she got pregnant.
Right, you don't think so?
I'm pretty sure she didn't.
Okay.
Because she used to be left. She's now right. And
Right.
I don't think she would have never if she would have never got pregnant and had this baby and got married and all of that
Right.
stuff, she would have never touched this topic.
Maybe like she said.
I agree with you.
Yeah, maybe like she said. You know,
just said that, right?
She basically. I think she
said
did
it.
say that.
She said
that. So
Yeah, she said it.
as she said, I guess I don't know. I'm not a woman, but when you actually have the seed in you, I think a certain spirit come upon you.
It's a special bond.
I think I think that's a special thing that happens to a woman that you can't deny. You know what I mean? And I think that's why she's talking the way she's
Now
talking.
she's
That's deep.
pro-family.
The same way when we spoke about when you were intimate with somebody.
Right. But because it goes back to what you were saying too. I'm sorry, I cut you off, Ms. D. It goes back to what you were saying too. you know, you was in the middle. All right. So at one time she did think like that. And now she thinks like this.
Right.
Yeah. So I think, you know, she probably didn't understand it or had a different opinion then.
I say it like this.
Yeah,
I say it like this. This is what I tell people.
Right.
Because I was born in the Democratic community.
Right.
As a child, from birth to 18 years old, I was in a Democratic community.
Right.
From 18 up until now, I was in a Republican facility. So I was raised as a child Democrat. As an adult, I was raised as a Republican. Okay.
Right.
Now, poor people look at rich people the same way rich people look at poor people. They both look at each other like they're gonna get something for free. Meanwhile, the people in the middle, like us, looking at them like, damn, like they're getting everything for free. They get everything for free. For example, if they was having an event right there at the golf course, right? If they got a homeless guy sitting there every day in front of the thing, and the guy was like, all I want is something to eat. In order to get rid of that guy, they're gonna give him some food, right? So if somebody like Beyonce, Jay-Z, Rihanna go to that same spot, guess how much their plate gonna be? Free, because they're gonna bring a lot of people with them. But me and you, our plate's gonna be $1,000.
I get it.
So we the middle, we paying that $1,000, and the rich people and the poor people getting something for free.
Right.
Now I look at this every single day, and I see this every single day, and it's true. It's true. Can't nobody tell me that it's not true. It's true. That's the same thing with, you know, with everything that we're speaking about.
Right.
I'm looking at both sides. I'm trying to understand both sides before I form an opinion, because that's the right thing to do.
Right.
That's the right thing to do. I'm not going to judge based off of one side.
Right. Right.
Like you heard what I said, right? I'm not going to judge based off of one side.
Got it.
Yes.
All right. What you think? What you say, Ms. D?
I definitely agree with you. I really do, you know? And that's the reason why I'm sitting down here, because like I said, it's not about, let's go back. It's a sensitive topic.
Right.
And we're listening to everybody. We're listening to her. We're listening to you. We're listening, you know, we're conversating about it from women and men point of view.
And we definitely would like to have their opinion
Their opinion, definitely, because we want to hear it. And so therefore, we just and it is something that is personal. So therefore, everybody have lived their own way, and they have to express themselves on what they've been through and what's the reason why they went through it. And it's not up to us to go ahead and decide or tell them, you know, whether they're criminal or whatever they are.
Whether they're criminals or murderers or killers. We're just bringing the topic up.
We're just bringing the topic and discussing
this is what some of those, some people believe, you know what I mean? And we're trying to see both angles.
Yes,
so
we
if you
all
would like to
travel
bring
through
your
life in a
angle or your perspective, please call in 973-433-5666 or put it on the comment board.
And we spoke about it in a family-wise, political-wise. We spoke about it from a man perspective, biblical way, spiritual. We spoke about it in different ways.
Right.
And we definitely want to hear how you speak about it. Because the topic is very important. Yes, it is. And it needs to be
I am pro-abortion for one reason.
Going back and forth
one reason
between,
only.
and we still see a lot of our young youth going through the process and deciding, you know, we still going through it nowadays. And a lot of people are still confused.
Youth, I don't mean to cut you off. Our youth are very, 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 very ignorant. They are. They are. I see so many. Listen.
They're going to hear you today.
They are they can't even comprehend a sentence.
I hear you.
A sentence. And then while in this community, we don't get the proper knowledge or we don't debate enough or discuss enough things for both sides. So they only hear one side and they only go with one side.
Yes.
The school system, forget about it.
No, let's not go to topic.
Let's stay on topic.
But our point is that
we don't have physical health in school.
And our point is that we three of us are sitting down here, you know, trying to bring the word, bring the knowledge, bring to what we're hearing out there, bring out to you what is going on, a little bit of what's going on, because it is like a lot going on. And I like when you speak because you bring it out from different topics to us, and you open it out to us and letting us know about it. I'm bringing it out from family wise. This is what it is, relationship wise. You talking about it in another perspective. Like, come on, what do you think about it? Let's talk about it. And we all
it's a touchy subject.
to you.
People are very afraid to really express themselves on
and
this
we don't
topic.
hear nobody, talk about it. Open
Most
yourself.
communities don't talk about this touchy.
It's like the sex
touchy
part.
subject,
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
And
It's
it
like
brings a lot of
taboo.
consequences.
I
It's
think
taboo,
I think a lot of communities are already set in their ways already.
Yes.
You know, like I mean, when I say communities, I mean like religions. Already,
Yes. Right.
They're already set in their ways. A lot of
Yes.
countries already set in their ways.
Yes.
The only country that's not set in their ways is United States.
Yes, sir.
Because we are united. There's multiple cultures, religions, and everything
Yes.
else. So this is an open country.
Yes.
So we can think openly.
Yes, definitely.
Other countries, you can't think openly.
You can't at all. We spoke about it a little bit when you weren't here. We were talking about it. How different country they don't have this freedom of
speech.
freedom of speech, freedom of expressing yourself. Like, come on, and right
like
here,
that, so.
yes, and that's the reason why I was saying, like, in other country, that's not even the topic, huh? What? Children, they like 11. As soon as they start developing, we see them pregnant, 12 years old, 11 years old, 13 years
Some
old.
countries,
And they don't have no choice of saying, you know what? I don't want to have the baby. I can't. No, you gotta carry it for those.
Yeah,
So it's just
serious.
really like, it's something that, wow, and that's the reason why I'm just saying that it's something that is so important.
Right.
And I think that the topic was just amazing.
Yeah, I like the
It was just, yes, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I really
appreciate
did.
you guys coming
I
on.
really
man.
did.
I appreciate
Yes.
you guys coming on.
No problem.
And I
Yes.
thank you guys for bringing your perspective on here, man. Thank you again. If you got any other topics you want me to discuss, you want to bring forward, you always can bring it. No problem. Just come on up and say, Preem, I got one for you, man. This is a good one. Anytime y'all ready. So
Definitely.
thank you guys for chiming in. Much love and respect. If you got anything else to say, we can keep going. I ain't got nothing to do. So
Hey Juan, I do, but
gotta
Juan,
keep
listen.
that.
If you're listening to this, look, we had this conversation before he became very biblical, before he became the Bible.
Okay.
We had this discussion before that, and I asked him, "Are you pro-choice? Are you pro-life? Are you pro-abortion?" And he was undecisive. Then he started reading the Bible, reading the Bible. Then he became pro-life, and he became pro-life. And from the beginning, I was pro-choice.
Right.
But now, as he's reading the Bible, I
Right.
need you to understand, Juan. Listen to what God said at the beginning.
Right.
Listen to what he said. Listen to how man was made. Listen to how man was able to have this choice to eat that apple or not. Who gave us what? God left us with what? A choice. And the law is what? Pro-choice.
Okay.
So
With that being said, we appreciate each and every last one of you for coming on and just chiming in. It's very much appreciated. So if you can do us the favor to possibly share, like the page, we appreciate that as well. Thank you for coming on to D.A.P. Much love and respect. Peace out. I got it. D.A.P.